Debbie Deal, who has been building in the Bahamas for 25 years now, says that the biggest fallacy that exists today is that building green is very costly. She gives advice for those of you who are ready to make that first baby step towards an environmentally friendly world. Debbie says that these tips can save you lots of dollars and even make good energy sense.
I guess all of us have watched shows on National Geographic and Discovery where you see people who live in houses that are made from recycled tires, or they have built a house out of straw and they've covered it with stuff. And so I think when you talk about a green building, most people think, oh, well, I don't want to live in a house that's made of tires or bottles or cardboard or tin cans or whatever. But it's not like that at all. Green homes today, the products that are on the market that are readily available for everybody to use are not that kind of a product. You have products like, well, I have one here. It's a recycled material. It's poly and wood put together. It's pressed to make it look like wood. It's vermin-proof and weatherproof, and it's already white, so you never have to paint it. You don't have to worry about termites eating it. You don't have to worry about it rotting because of the weather. This is something that you're going to put on your house. You can do it with your fascia and your boxing, and you will never ever have to touch that. I mean, that is an environmentally friendly house. It looks good. Nobody could tell me that this doesn't look anything like a piece of number 1x8 pressure treated wood that's been painted. The next thing, even like hurricane shutters. You can get really pretty hurricane shutters. The ones that are on the house that we have here are Bahama shutters. They hinge from the top, they're louvered, they're white, they come in many colors, you don't have to have them white. They are attractive looking. They take maybe 2 or 3 minutes to close up for a hurricane. So they're attractive and they're beneficial. Pretty much anything you use that is ecologically friendly is good looking. The isonine, which I mentioned in the attic, which looks like, all this foam coming out. Traditionally what you would do, but this attic, of course, is just an attic. It's not going to be an attic that's going to be turned into a room. But traditionally they have these large blades and they slice it off when it comes past the rafters. And then if you wanted to you could put sheetrock on top of it or a T&G V-joint and turn it into a room if you wanted to. So any of the products that I should say that I use and that are readily available here are products that are very good looking products. I don't think anybody could take a look at our subdivision or look at the website and say, gosh, this house looks different than any other house. It doesn't look any different. It will look different 10 years down the road though, because you won't be repainting it. You won't be doing all of the upkeep that people will be doing the next subdivision down with their homes if they're built at the same time. You can spend a bundle if you want to. Using solar products and other products that are ecologically friendly. But I think what I would recommend for somebody who wanted to start and do something and not spend gobs of money, yes, there are solar panels where you can put on your roof. You can actually buy solar shingles to put on your roof. You have to consider whether that is worth it for you to do or whether it's not worth it for you to do. One of the products that we also have is, if you didn't want to use solar panels, you could use the tankless water heaters. Now a tankless water heater to purchase is about $500. To install it's another $300, so it's $800. So if you have a tankless water heater on each of, let's say you have 2 bathrooms back to back, so they could use the one tankless heater, and you have your kitchen and laundry room back to that back, so they could use a tankless water heater, $800 really is not a lot of money. When you think of how much a regular water heater is going to cost and to have that plumbed and a plumber come in and hook that up, plus you have your electricity for it, you have that running all the time, you have to buy a timer for it. So maybe a tankless water heater, if you actually sat down with pen and paper, might be actually cheaper than putting in a regular water heater and a timer. Other things like low flow shower valves. You can get a shower valve that one person asked me, well, how does it work if it's a low flow shower valve? Well, it's kind of like you take the hose and you're watering your grass and you put your thumb over the end of it and you get lots of water spraying. It's based on that same principle. The water comes through and it's forced through the actual shower head. You get a lot of pressure, but use less water. Instead of using, let's say, 15 gallons for a shower, you might only use 5 or 7 gallons. You can also get toilets, water closets, toilets, whatever you want to call them, that have a 1-gallon flush. So instead of flushing 5 gallons every time you go to the bathroom, you can flush 1 gallon. They're not much more money. They're maybe $100 more. But when you think on how much water you're going to save, you know, if you think that if you have a family of 4, you probably are going to have a toilet flush probably 50 to 60 times a day. That's a lot of water. That's 300 gallons of water just from flushing your toilets. So if you can actually save on that, so I don't find that expensive.